But not kind of getting back to the Doctor Who stuff again, not to beat a dead horse, but Cybermat. You've recently just had a Cybermat on your show, and how was that? Was that difficult building the Cybermat?
Let me tell you something. Ever since I was a little kid and I first saw Cybermats, I have wanted one. I have wanted one as a toy or just something like that, or as a pet or something, because they are adorable and they are handy. I constructed one out of like tinfoil and cardboard boxes when I was a little kid, and it was bulky and really hard to use, and I couldn't do it with anything because there was like no stability at all. So when they announced a toy version of one, fine, excuse me, finally announced a toy version of one, I was all on top of it. The website for Forbidden Planet is really, really, really annoying and does not handle international buyers very well.
Really?
So I was like, you know what? And they kept pushing back the release date on the things too, which really pissed me off. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I have storyline plans that I want to use the Cybermat for, so I'm just going to build one myself. And I have grown old enough and more experience with building props that I will just build one, and that will be it. Now, it's not perfect, obviously. I would have wanted it to resemble it a bit more. I would have wanted more movement in the tail, but you know what? I'm not that advanced. But it does what it needs to do. It was a bit difficult to put together, only in the sense of figuring out certain things like how to attach together, how to replicate certain things. I have a Dremel tool which I use to great effect during this to just try to like sand off and smooth edges. Painting it was actually fairly easy, uh, but yeah, it actually turned out pretty well for 2-3 weeks worth of work.
No, I mean, did you have any issues? I noticed that in your videos and, of course, in some of the side stuff that you've posted, that just talking about the difficulties with the RV car that you used.
Yeah, the one I decided to, the one I picked out was I picked it out because it was fairly flat, and I didn't want it to go, to push the Cybermat up so far that you could see the wheels underneath it, which you still can, but if I film it right, it's okay. But the problem is that the way this car is designed is it uses an infrared sensor instead of radio control. As a result of it, the IR signal is usually blocked off. So you have to be fairly close to it. I'd say within 5 or 6 feet to get the radio control to work on it,
Mhm.
which is sad, but oh well, I'll live.
Yeah.
The bigger issue actually was the fact that it did not really work that well on the green screen, which you can see in one shot when we first revealed the Cybermat on Comicron 1. It forced me, and it was like that with the Poyo too. Uh, it just, for some reason, the green screen would always bleed into it, and it was too reflective. So I had to do CG models of them, which I am kind of grateful for with the Cybermat because it was simple enough to recreate it.
Kind of staying with your show right now, you've been doing a lot of crossover work here recently. The
Mm.
Warrior #4 of Noah Atweiler, Wonder Woman with Nash Bozart and Matthew Buck, and Dracula, Sovereign of the Damned with Bennett White, and of course the Star Trek Insurrection with Doug Walker. Of all those crossovers, which one would you say you enjoyed the most making?
Ooh, saying I enjoy
Or
it's I don't it's
most
hard to say
memorable
exactly
story? Sorry about that.
because I like them all. I
Yeah.
love all these crossovers. I love these people that I work with. They are my friends and my colleagues, and they are skilled people. Uh, Possible. I want to kind of say the Insurrection review because I hate Insurrection. Absolutely loathe it. Uh, but I'd say my favorite crossover is probably going to be the one that I'm still working on right now. I'm not going to say what it's a review of, but it is a massive crossover. I dragged as many people as I could into it. The problem was that with the build up to MagFest, I needed to do 4 scripts, 2 episodes because I was going to be gone for a week, the live show, and the crossover. And the crossover had to take the lowest priority because of the fact that it was, an optional thing to do, and I was already scheduled to do the live show. So I didn't really have a script for it. Basically, I used my notes to write up live action scenes that I wanted to do, And right now, I'm still writing the script for the voiceover, and it's taking so long because other stuff keeps coming up that forces me to put it off a bit longer. And it's a long movie. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and it is god awful. So I have to make sure I get this just right and funny and make it worth the wait.